Hey guys, thanks for tuning in, and this is kind of another video on a 5.7. You can never have enough 5.7 videos, and I like doing videos. This is actually a review of the Mark II 5.7, and just a few things about it, about the gun, and my impressions of it, and some accessories that I do use on it. So first of all, let's go ahead and show you the gun is empty. There is a full magazine, but the gun itself, as you can see, is empty. Okay, nothing in it, totally empty. Okay, the 5.7. Okay, they make a few different models of it. I think they make 4 or 5 different models of the 5.7s, but the most popular are the USG and the Mark II. The USG is, and I'll put a link in my video to a review of the USG that I have up there, has this front is not squared out like this and not serrated. Okay. Also, there's some differences with the trigger. There's some differences in the magazine. This is an older magazine for the USG. The 5.7 magazine and the M2 has a piece of plastic in here. I have it away, and I'll show you here real quick. Okay, and the new magazine, as you can see how that is there, it has that piece of plastic in there. Okay, like that. Whereas the older one does not. That's one of the big differences. So this is the new Mark II magazine. This is the older USG and everything before it type magazine. They did that because this I guess was chipping or something. I don't know what it was. Also on the gun, they have modified the rear sights a little. Okay, they have made them a little bit more stronger the way they're made. Okay, as you can see that if you look at it a little bit better. Sights look a little bit better, they're a little stronger. So if you get a hit here, this moves. See? That'll move and it won't break off. So they have made some modifications. Also, all the controls are black. Did you see that? On the 5.7s, as a general rule, they have a dual safety, which is on both sides. Okay. They have a single slide lock on the one side here. They have a loaded chamber indicator here, and I'm going to load a dummy round. And these dummy rounds are compliments of Buffman. I polished them up a little. So let's say we loaded. That little goes up. See that? Okay, see how that's up? And if we drop that out and unload it, you'll see it's smooth now. So that's how basically the loaded chamber indicator works. It has a rail on the bottom here where you could mount a laser. I have on this the X5L Viridian laser. It's not really a laser review, but I'll go through a little bit of the laser. It's okay, I'm going to cycle through here. It has a few cycling. It has a blinking light. Okay, it has a stationary light with a laser. See the laser? You can't really see the laser in there, but it's in there. There's a laser blinking in there. Maybe you can see that now. See the blinking laser? It has a light, just a light. It has just a laser. Then it goes back to the laser with just a light. And then back to blinking. I keep it on the blinking. Also, there's a control here. And a control here. And an on and off control. Batteries are changed right in here. It's a push-pull. Okay. Takes a standard CR123 battery, I believe. Yeah, I think it's a 123. And then, just a standard battery. Okay. It's a push, like I say, lock. And that's it. Because that resets the settings, of course. Take the battery out. These batteries have a little, these batteries will constantly drain on your fives on this Viridian because it has a circuit board in here, and the circuit board has to hold the charge to keep the settings on your light settings. So I don't know how long the batteries are good for. People were telling me 6 months. It has a certain amount of weatherproofing in here. As you can see the little gasket here, and there's one up underneath there. It's not waterproof, it's water resistant. But that is kind of the review on the Mark II 5.7. What I'll do is now is I will actually show you the takedown of it. It's pretty simple. It's almost similar like a Glock. You pull it back about that much, you push this all the way forward, you let go. Your gun will separate in two pieces. Okay? And let me give you a little close-up of the insides of the gun. Okay. This is kind of what it looks like in here. Okay, and here's your slide with your barrel. Barrel comes out real easy. Just push forward a little, pull it out. Okay. And I say another difference of the USG and the Mark II is this is a one-piece slide rather than being the two-piece slide. And I always buff all my barrels out like that. I use some Mother's Mag and wheel polish to buff that out. Okay, and that's pretty straightforward. Putting it back, you should be careful because if you put it in crooked here, and it's possible to put it in crooked, make sure this is all the way back. This little button here, you lay it right in there. See, I'm laying it right in there, right in there. Okay, lay it down, press firmly down. You'll see it'll kind of be on the slide, and go forward. And now it's back together. I have a lot of lubrication in here, so you see some oil coming out, but that's pretty straightforward. And that is the Mark II 5.7. They take a lot of different rounds you can get for this gun. There's a Polyora, you know, there's quite a amount of ammunition for this 5.7. And ammunition now is coming down. This is my, I would have to say, is my main shit hits the fan gun. This is what I'm going to use for shit hits the fan. I'm not getting rid of this gun. Okay, this is one of my shit hits the fan guns. My other one's a 45. I like this as being a shit hits the fan gun because the magazine holds 20 rounds. Then you can buy the extended ones that hold 30. And 30 rounds of 5.7 ammunition, I wouldn't, even 20. Okay, people talk about the caliber, the size of it. That doesn't matter. This bullet, it does a lot of damage, and I wouldn't want to get shot with a 5.7. So this is definitely a good shit hits the fan. Have a nice holster for it, that a hip holster, which will fit in there. The only problem is the laser won't fit, so I may have to get a different holster for that. But laser, you know, it can be taken off. But for now, that's how it is. And I will see if I can get a different holster to fit this with the laser. For shit, just a cloth holster probably would work just as good. Like one of them old 45 snap-ons, like for the older 45s, if you're just going to put it on your hip. Because if you know, it wouldn't be bad to have like 3 or 4 of these guns for your shit hits the fan. Have all the same ammunition for them and everything. It's definitely a good gun for shit hits the fan. Easy to handle, very little recoil. Really a nice little, not a little gun, but a nice gun. And like I say, this is my bedside gun, and I keep it in this configuration with the laser and with this. So I wanted to show you that, guys, and let me know if you have any comments, you know, any plus or negative stuff you can add to the video. But like I said, thanks a lot for tuning into the video, and this is the review of the 5.7 Mark II, which is the new gun in the FN's lineup. I like it's ergonomically, it looks really nice, and there is a lot of improvements they did do to the gun. The barrel's slightly more polished. where the spring goes up and down. The sights on the back are improved rear sights. The trigger's a little bit better. They give you the better magazine. There is an upgrade on that, and also all the controls are black, which they should have been black in the first place, but that's what they're doing. And I like the serrations on their front for cocking, and is a one-piece full slide. So they did a lot of differences to them. You know, these guns are probably still in the $1,300 range to $14, depends. But you know, 5.7s, along with all guns, are coming down. But I would say stock up, have a good shit hits the fan gun, and I've got about 700 rounds of ammunition. I'd like to have about 3,000 rounds of ammunition for this and have about 2 of them. So if I could pick up another Mark II in the same configuration, I'll put a laser on that too, because I do have one on my other gun that I can take off. That would be the to-go-to gun. But everybody has different you know, opinions and what kind of guns they like. I just like this because capacity-wise, 20 to 30 rounds, very light pistol. That ammunition is not heavy to carry. You know, a small 50-round box is only that, you know, that big. It is more powerful than 22 Magnum, because actually the 22 Magnum is a Magnum bullet that belongs on a rifle, not a pistol. So they're using a rifle bullet in a pistol, which does decrease some of the performance of it. Now, this also, they make a rifle for this, but this is about 500 feet per second faster and a few foot-pounds more than the 22 Magnum. But thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day. But that is my review of the 5.7 Mark II, and I hope this was educational. Thanks a lot, guys.